So I was saying we're going to answer some of them questions. Let's get into them. I'm going to use this as a bit of a wrap up to the year, right? It's been a great year with you guys. You guys have been awesome through social media and whatnot. You've been loving the content, and I've been really appreciating it. And just wanted to sort of get some questions for you. And I'll try not to ramble too much either, right? Might be a few questions to get through. Everyone knows I like to ramble. So let's see how many of them I can get through without taking days to do it. Let's get into it. What's the first question?
These are in no order?
No order.
Just picked random ones.
We've got names, or we just said they'll know?
Names? I'll put the names up.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to put the names up. We'll put some of the names up. Keep an eye, see if yours pops up. Obviously, we had a lot of people that send them through. Can't do them all, unfortunately, but we'll get through as many as we can.
All right. Did you always want to, or did you always believe you were going to be a fighter?
Did I always believe I was going to be? Oh, I guess I've always known I was a sort of fighter. Even though I was playing like rugby league and doing other sports, I've always loved martial arts. I've always loved boxing and, combat sports. And I've always known that was something I would love to do and would be good at. Obviously you're going to be young. You're going to be in areas where you're going to have to defend yourself and get into trouble. You can say nothing I'm proud of. But so I've always known I could do well. I did a bit of wrestling when I was younger. Always had a knack for it. So I guess, I always knew or believed that I could do well in the sport, even when I wasn't even training. I remember picturing myself being a UFC world champion, literally, listening to music, and then me lift, at the end of a victory championship fight, me lifting the UFC belt. I remember doing that. I wasn't even training MMA at the time. Never stepped foot in an MMA gym, and I pictured myself being a UFC champion. I don't know if a lot of kids do that. Maybe, I'm sure, they do. But, going and making it happen and make it happen is pretty special. A lot of hard work was in it, but I think I always knew that I could do it.
Palmy or Palmer?
Palmy or Palmer? I say Palmy. I'm always saying Palmy. What is like a...
I don't think that'll be for the Aussies though, one.
Yeah, Aussies, yeah, for sure. For the Americans that don't know, Parmigiana, yeah, chicken Parmigiana. I'm sure you have that over there as well. Let me know if you guys have chicken Parmigiana. And if you do you call it a Palmy or a Palmer? Or is it only Aussies that just have a nickname or like cut everything short and just be like, Palmy, yeah, give us Palmy. But I think it's always been a Palmy to me. Palmer, to be honest, I don't hear Palmer as much.
I think it's like Melbourne.
Melbourne's Palmer.
I think or maybe like South Australia and that, I feel like.
Oh, maybe different areas do Palmer, but we do Palmy in this in our region anyway. So there you have it, Palmy.
All right, top 5 fighters of all time.
Top 5 fighters of all time. Damn. All right, let's get into it. I'm gonna say Demetrius Johnson. I'm gonna have to throw John Jones in there. Everyone knows my take on the trouble outside of it, but I mean, he's just been champ. He's been at the top forever. You know what I mean? So you can't not. I know a lot of people are always going to throw out them things, and I do myself because I pride myself on trying to stay away from all that crap as well. So but you can't deny his skill. He's definitely one of the greatest of all time. So you're going to have to give John Jones that. So Demetrius Johnson, John Jones, George St. Pierre. George St. Pierre's definitely got to be there. And we're running out of room. So I said Demetrius Johnson, John Jones, George St. Pierre. I'm going to have to throw Anderson Silva in there. And I'll throw my boy Israel Adesanya as well. A lot of championships. When it comes to striking, I honestly think he's the greatest striker the UFC's ever seen. So I'm going to go Israel Adesanya as well. Am I missing someone? Who is it? Like, you got your Aldos, you know what I mean? You obviously got so many great champions, but that's it. I said 5. There you go. Let's know your 5. Let's know your 5 in the comments. Let's know what you think of my 5.
Locking that in?
Locked in.
Do you have any plans for after fighting, and do you think you'll be making cooking content, or will you fall back and chill?
I mean, yeah, a good question. What am I going to do outside? I mean, this year's been a good example of it. I've never, ever even thought or even did anything outside fighting for for the 13 years of me training MMA. I was like 100% dedicated, locked in, and just full, committed, sacrificed everything. But then obviously I took that break, which I needed, after the two knocks. So it was good. So I got to really, I don't know, got to, I guess you could say, work on myself, or who I am, be myself again, if that makes sense, which it isn't a bad thing. A lot of people are going to, people talk about fighters' identity and all this sort of stuff. I'm like, you want to be a champ, you want to be the best in the world, that's what it takes. You don't have any time for anything else, especially if you've got a family. I've got a family, I'm going to have to look after my kids, and then every other bit of energy I have is on training. You know what I mean? All the time, every bit of energy needs to be 100% dedicated and committed to my sport and my family. And I had no time for anything else outside of that. Is that tough? Is that hard? Of course it is. But I mean, that's what's going to separate you from the rest. That's the thing, right? A lot of people are going to be like, yeah, but there's no real secret to success. It sucks. It's hard work. And you got to do what you got to do, and that's that. You want to be the best in the world, you got to do what everyone else doesn't want to do. And if that was easy, everyone would be doing it. So, yeah, it's tough. But the question was, I think a lot of the content I enjoy, giving you guys, entertaining you guys outside of fighting as well. I love entertaining you inside. And early next year, 2025, I'll be entertaining you back in there. But I love entertaining you guys outside as well. I enjoy it. I enjoy being in front of the camera. I enjoy chatting to you guys. Even some of the commercials I'm doing with some sponsors and everything that we're doing, it's good fun. I really enjoy it. And I see a lot of opportunities. Well, they're already coming my way. So it's pretty cool. Plenty to look forward to. And I believe that is, I don't think I could ever chill out. I know the question was, will you chill out?
Pull back and chill, yeah.
Okay, chill out. I'm going to have to do something. Obviously, spending time, I'm going to have to do that. I've got the farm, I'm going to be there with my family. But I mean, a lot of quality time, keep them busy. I'm going to find ways to, you got to tick boxes however you can. Just chilling out, I don't think that doesn't sound fun. It does sound fun here and there, a day here, a day there. Chilling out for any longer than that, that's going to send me crazy.
This sort of carries on, I guess. Similar sort of question. Would you want to be a UFC commentator after you hang up the gloves?
Would I be a UFC commentator? I'm not, the guys that do it, you've got DC and Bisping and John Anik and all these guys who are great at it. But I mean, they're traveling the world. It's like, they're all over the place. I don't think I could commit to something like that. I've committed enough of my time away from the family and all that, and I'm still going to have to do it for a little bit longer. I've committed so much time to that I don't know if I'm going to want to do that afterwards. Even when people talk about coaching and that, it's a commitment. You're going to do anything I do, I'm going to do 100%. If I'm coaching, I'm going to have to, I'd want to coach and commit 100%, which will mean you have to go there and be in their corner, traveling the world doing that. I just can't see myself doing that. I haven't sacrificed so much to just keep doing that. I try to build what I can for my family, and then I want to enjoy it with my family after that. So I want to make sure I've got something I can do that's obviously going to still keep things rolling, be good for business and whatnot, but I can still have quality time with the family.
Which of your career wins meant the most to you personally?
Which one of my career wins meant the most? They all play a big part, right? So they all play a massive part. It just depends, like the big ones. Let's point out the big ones. I think Chad Mendes, so he had all them other fights before the massive, even the debut, but one that really, I guess, opened the eyes to the world. See people saw me after that fight, and myself as well. He was that first contender, or top contender guy that's been one of the champions not champions, been one of the top dogs in the division for a long time. It was going to be a tough fight, so that was definitely one big one. Obviously the Max Holloway fights. They said win. I think the Islam one was still massive. Even though I didn't get my hand raised in that first fight, I still think that was massive, going to that lightweight division and doing that in Perth. That's definitely one to remember. I think it won't be only me remembering that one. I think the world will remember that one, which is cool. Yeah, I guess they probably stand out the most, I'd say. And then after, even though Yair Rodriguez, the big card coming off the loss, going back in the win and just things like that's another big one. But still going. Early next year, this one's going to top it off.
Will you be representing Australia at the next Olympics for breakdancing?
Haha. Why not? Why not? No, they don't have it anymore, do they? I don't think they're going to have it there. But not bad, eh? See? This, as I said, this brick can, doesn't do too bad for, mate. Have you ever seen a brick spin? I feel like I'm that little bit more mobility than a brick. So I was all right. I made it work.
Are you ever going to do the interview with Lucas Tracy?
Lucas Tracy. So that's popping up everywhere. I think I've seen that. I mean, you'll be seeing that everywhere, huh? So what's the deal with that? I know, like, he does all the videos.
I think
I've seen that.
he retired from YouTube, apparently.
And he's still retired?
Yeah, but I think he said the only reason you would ever come back was to...
Oh, really? So I've seen it, because I've seen some comments. Yeah, I've seen about a lot of them. So he actually said that, though? Or is that just people saying
I
that?
better check that, but I think that he said that.
He'll come back to interview with
With you, yeah.
All right, maybe we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Or Lucas Tracy, maybe we can make that happen. Yeah, because I've seen, because he does a lot of the analysts and all that, and a lot of the fights. I've seen a few of those.
But he stopped.
He's completely stopped, huh?
Yeah, I better check that. But
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen a few of these things. I reckon we can make that happen. Tee it up.
Yeah.
We'll tee it up.
Good, no.
As if it's true. Maybe he's like, nah, not even Volk will get me back. If that's the case, I'm going to let him do his thing.
Oh, I tried to... He doesn't have, like, Instagram or anything. Oh, because I was trying to track him down.
Where can we find him?
Yeah, someone...
There you go, guys. You can help us out here. He's always in the comment section anyway. So I'm sure you could show us where we can find him. Or reach out to him, let him know we can make it happen.
All right, funniest moment with Big Joe Lopez.
Funniest moment with Big Joe Lopez. Oh, there's plenty of them. Plenty of them. Plenty I can't even tell you, right? Like, what are some of them, mate? There's so many. I mean, we love stirring him up. He's got to be the easiest man to stir up. Even if we love having a camera around him and just get him to react to something. The thing is, he knows, the funniest thing is he knows we are trying to get content of him going crazy or carrying on. He goes, I ain't going to give you I know you one I ain't going to give you. And he just ends up giving us a crazy reaction, telling us that he won't give us a reaction. And then we get what we want every single time. It's that easy. He's very, very, very good, very easy to instigate Joe and get him to give you whatever reaction you want. So that's pretty funny. But I mean, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. A lot of good stories with Joe. But I can't tell you all of them.
Have you ever felt bad for punishing someone inside the ring?
Yeah, I felt bad. It's a weird one. You're in the fight game. But I mean, it depends. Like if you're going, you're fighting, and they're so they had guys that even though you're punishing them and you're probably hurting them, but you could see they still want, I won't say still want to be there, but they're like, they're not phased. They're ready to, still fight, still go, and like. But I've had some fights where, remember, we're fighting warriors, but I felt like there was a couple of them where I felt that they were defeated. They were already defeated. They would have been more than happy for the ref to stop the fight. And I sensed that. And then I had to go out there going like, come on, man, he's done. I'm sure you know which fights they are. And I'm not saying that they're giving up. They would never give up. That's the thing. That's why I felt like it was really on the referee to see that, because I could clearly see it. It was, they're saying, are you okay? And of course they're going to say, yeah, but you could see that they were looking at the ref like, you can stop this if you want. Like that's, I wouldn't even say just the vibe. Like it was that clear to me. So having to go there and do that. So obviously one that comes to mind, Zombie's the obvious one, where I even said to him, I don't know why, as if you're going to say to a fighter, I don't know what I said, are you okay? Or like, are you all good? Like pretty much saying, are you all good? Are you sure you want to do this type thing? But like, why would you even ask a fighter? Of course they're going to say yes. They're not going to walk out about it, keep fighting and tell you, no, I'm not. So I don't know what I was expecting, but it was just my reaction at the time. And then he's like, sort of nod his head. I'm like, you sure? And he's like, just nod his head. Even the even his head nods weren't, even they were very telling. It was very, again, it was just like, all right, this guy's better than me. I don't know what I can do. Probably upset that the way the fight was going. So that just sort of them vibes. Another one that sort of comes up with Ortega. I felt like, he had me in some of the deepest submissions you could ever think of. He would have thought that I've done it. And then all of a sudden, doesn't have it. He's gassed and then getting his just head, caved in. And then you can see after that, he's just like, I thought he felt defeated. And I did think that even after the fourth round as well. But then I believe he was, but there's still something that clicked halfway through that, or there was right at the end, like the last 30, 40 seconds of the fight, the fifth round, where I felt like he felt defeated the 2 rounds before, or the end of the 2 rounds before. He ended up being like, oh, I don't care, I'm just going for it, which, you could see. So that I didn't get any of that. I felt like I didn't have any of that in between the rounds and through that fight. But then right at the end, it was like, stuff you, I'm coming at you, let's go. So it was a completely different vibe I got from him. That's not the vibes that I got previously from that, like the minutes before. But at the end, he's just like, oh, got nothing to lose here, let's go for it. And then he actually did very well in them last 30 seconds. But I mean, before that, I did feel bad. After the last 30 seconds of the last round, I didn't give a fuck anymore. I didn't care too much. I was like, nah, he's all right, he's all good. Look, he's ready to go.
Can we get a tour of the farm on YouTube?
Can we get a tour of the farm on YouTube? Yeah, all right, we could do that. Yeah, for sure. Can give you a show yous around. Show you I got a few more things. I got some cows, got some goats, chickens. Did some mowing. I'll even show you mowing. Mate, I got some steep hills. It gets sketchy. It gets pretty dodgy on them hills with the mower. So I'll show you some of the hills that I got to mow. So I'm gonna do that. I'll do.
We'll do a cribs, like an MTV cribs.
MTV cribs, you reckon?
Yeah, it's the
Just have me mowing lawns or picking up chicken eggs and cleaning up cow poo. I'll give you the whole experience. No worries, let's do it.
What would you put on your custom shorts?
What would I put on my custom shorts? That's a good question. So walk out to Down Under. So representing Australia. Would I go that lean?
You should do Warilla Gorillas.
Oh, gorillas, yeah, gorillas. Gorilla style. Take me back, the footy Volks days. I mean, then I've got obviously my background being, Macedonian and Greek. Mother's Greek, dad's Macedonian.
Next question.
Oh, was it? I will get into that.
Or Massa.
Hey?
Next one's, is he Greek or Massa?
Am I Greek or Massa? Yeah, that's always coming. I'm Greek and Massa. All right? Leave it at that, please. So obviously, so my dad's Macedonian, mother's Greek. I could maybe throw something from that in there. Still walk out to the land down under, so representing Australia. But maybe just in the shorts, because I guess a lot of my, warrior blood, you could say, does it come, you could say it's from that, so that's there. Walk out with the flag and all that Australian flag and all that, but then get a little bit of the background in there as well, which I'm sure everyone would appreciate. I think I would want to do something like that, maybe. Yeah.
Out of 10, rate my tattoo.
Out of 10, rate my tattoo. Oh, here we go. That's a 10. What is that? It's on his forearm. Forearm, what fight's that? I'm trying to think what fight that is. Yeah, man, it's a 10. 10. Well, it looks like the one where I come out of the cage of the face. No, because the one that come out of the face where the shading and all that. I look like a 50-year-old man almost. But there's one that looks gangster though. But yeah, you've seen a few of the wrinkles in that photo. But there's that one. Yeah, no, that was good. That one looks like it's in a fight though. Got the good shading, got the good.
That's proper, hey?
Yeah, it's realistic. It's realistic too. Some of the scars there, some of the, wrinkles.
Would you ever play league again after MMA?
Nah, no way. I mean, when I'm done with MMA, I'm done with beating myself up, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still going to go training. You beat yourself up enough there. So I'll get my I'll get my fix just in the gym. You know, when I'm helping the guys out and stuff like that. I don't need to be doing contact sports like rugby league again.
What's better, Morgans or Engage?
What's that? Morgans or Engage? Obviously, Engage is, I'm even part owner of it. But Morgan, I'm going to give them a shout out, Ali, as well, because he did look after me early in my career. So that's something I actually did. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, man, so many people who are helping me out early in my career. I hope they know I am very thankful for that. It's awkward because you're going to have go sponsors and, things change. But to all the guys that were there from the start, shout out to you. Or maybe they'll do something with that one day. Obviously, I've got my brands I'm with, but all the guys that, I had a lot of local guys that were, even like Ocean Fitness. So I had a couple of the boys doing some of the strength and conditioning for me, and a lot of guys that were there, and Stu Shannon with some of the Aussie supplements and stuff like that. So just, a lot of guys, Morgans, the list goes on. There's a lot of them. So I'll do something there. Shout out to those guys for looking out for the guys early. So, that's cool.
What advice would you give to an 18-year-old that's starting his amateur career?
Advice to a 18-year-old
Yeah.
that's starting his career? Well, I started when I was 22, so you're never too old, which is good. Mate, as I said it earlier on, if you really want to take it serious, you want to be the best, you want to go somewhere, just do what everyone else isn't willing to do. And that's putting in that extra work, sacrifices. When you do go in there and you're getting the repetitions, you're winning fights, straight back in the gym, getting better. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and be like, oh yeah, cool, things are going good, I can chill here, I can chill there. No, you want to be the best. It's a full-time commitment. And that beats talent every single time. You get a lot of guys that can only go so far with their talent. You want to be the elite, you want to be the best in the world in any sport or successful in anything in life. It's the guys that are willing to do more than the others, willing to go that extra mile. People want to, and they've got it fair play to them. They've got every excuse to, all right, I've done enough, I'm going to chill. Yeah, you got every. But if you want to go to that next level, you're going to have to just say, not the right I was going to say, QC, you just got to go that extra mile. It's going to be hard work. It's not going to give you any time for anything else. It's a commitment. It's dedication, but that's what it takes.
If you could pick one attribute from a different fighter, what would it be?
One attribute?
Yeah.
I was going to say just pick a young fighter and be like, yeah, be 18 again. I don't know. I mean, I'm quite confident in my skill and everything. I mean, Max had the chin, and you still think that would still be a crazy chin. But I'd say, yeah, chin, because that's how I've always looked at it. This is how it's always been for me, going through my career. You always know that someone can catch you. That's just a game. I've always said it's going to be hard for someone to actually beat me. I mean, Islam had that very close fight, that first one. So I was never. There's only very, very few, if any, that can take me to a decision and beat me that way. Obviously, you could say Islam did. It was a very close fight, but I've always said that anyone can catch you, right? That this is MMA, it's a crazy sport. Any combat sport, you can get caught. Anyone can catch you, but beating me is something different. So if you could sit there and have the chin where take away that only opportunity for someone to beat you, you're going to be pretty hard to beat, that's for sure. So I'm going to say pick someone with the greatest chin. There you go, because I'm comfortable with everything else. I'm even comfortable enough with my chin. But it's the skills and all that sort of stuff, all my attributes I'm quite comfortable with and happy with. But if there was anything you could say, I wouldn't go with cardio. I'm very comfortable with my cardio. As I said, comfortable with my chin, but having that even better chin, knowing that that's the only way people can beat me, that's what I believe. That'd be the way to go, I think.
Would you fight Alex Pereira?
Would I fight Alex Pereira? Oh, mate, money talks, mate. Money talk. You'd do it. Of course you would. because you get some good coin for that. Imagine having to step up and fight that monster. So you could say,
The price is right into it.
yeah, the price is right. I'll do it. I would. I could see myself be like, all right. I'm hanging on to a leg. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a confident guy, but I ain't gonna stand there with that bloke. You know what I mean? Let's be real. I'm gonna try and hang on to the legs and I'm gonna try and find that takedown. I'll go for everything, hoping I can get that takedown. Because if you don't, whoo, you're gonna be in for some hurting, that's for sure. But yeah, I would. The price is right. I don't think there's anyone that I wouldn't, to be honest.
What inspired you to get into cooking? Love the content, get that belt back in Spain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've always loved cooking. So not something that I've never trained or like, I ain't no chef. As you can see, I just enjoy it. It started off where I would do some videos. A lot of times when I'm out, overseas in camp or something, I'm cooking a feed for me or Joe and I just I start video recording it a little bit or maybe just doing it a story and then getting some comments and it started, doing that a bit more. Then it might be a reel here and there. Then it was something that we just went in on. But I enjoy it. The good thing about it, I think a lot of people can relate because everything I do is pretty easy to do, right? Everything is that anyone can do it. So anything I make, I guarantee you can do. So yeah, I enjoy it. And then it seems that everyone enjoys it as well. And we're getting that belt back next year.
Who does your content? They must be the best in the business.
Oh, of course you kept that in there, eh? Hey, that's not a question for me, is it? Jake, I'm afraid let him reveal. Oh, you did it. How was that you? Jake does a good job. He's, we trained him well. See?
Favorite UFC moment?
All right, favorite UFC moment. I mean, things that I've obviously got connections with, right? Like my fights. There's a lot of fighters. Obviously, you get along with a lot of fighters. I've got a lot of connections. But then you got fights that Israel Adesanya is having where it's titles on the line, and the history with Pereira. So that's one that if it's not one of my fights, one of my moments myself where the emotions are going to be crazy and all that hard work and the payoff, it's going to be hard to beat them. But there's one that definitely comes close, and that's probably Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira. Number 2 in Miami. That was wild. You see my reaction. I got the reaction on my Instagram. That blew up actually because I went nuts. That was good. Obviously emotional wreck. You know how dangerous Alex Pereira is. You thought, oh, is he hurt? Yeah, boom, boom, and then it was just the way it happened. Damn, crazy. So I reckon that's definitely up there because again, it's there's that connection. So you feel invested. I think I went over and seen Izzy before they went over there. So just that extra. Oops, I touched that. Just that extra connection. Them fights, my own fights. Winning the title and defending and things like that, and probably some of Izzy's big fights as well.
How was it training with Shay Walsh at Tiger? He's my coach.
Oh yeah, Shay Walsh, he's a man. So I don't know if you've seen his documentary, cool little doco that he's got. I went over and visited you guys. I'm guessing I visited you over there. It was unreal. We've got a good relationship. Again, he's a very dedicated, committed guy. So we could definitely, we got along right. Like we both were hard workers and just did what you had to do. So I guess there was a real good connection because of that. Great dude. He's even been to every one of my fights, I think every one of my title fights. So Shay Walsh, good dude. Was a great fighter, but I think he's even a better coach. You know what I mean? The team that he's got over there and the commitment. So he's always been a very committed guy, as I just said, how he was as a fighter. But now he's thrown all that energy into coaching, fully invested. And Shay Walsh is great at anything he fully invests in. So he's in good hands. So shout out to Shay Walsh. Shay Walsh MMA.
Phone's dead, so that's...
Okay, phone's dead. So that's it for the questions. I mean, we rambled long enough. Hopefully we got in and answered enough. Hopefully I touched on points and got a little deeper than I usually would for you guys. I appreciate you all. Thanks for all the support. But yeah, 2024 is over. 2025 is going to be back. We're going to continue a lot of the content, but there's going to be times where maybe it slows down because we're going to get stuck in to get that belt back. But we'll keep you updated with everything. We'll make sure the content, Jake's doing a great job. He'll make sure that the camera's always rolling and there's always something there for you guys. But yeah, 2025, we're coming strong.